Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin. Today we're talking about Windows 10 for PCs build 14291. I know, it's actually pretty exciting. This is the first really exciting Redstone build that we've seen. Most of them have had these kind of trivial new features. Actually, most of them haven't had any new features at all. But the ones that have just kind of had trivial features. They're kind of trickled down to the production ring builds anyway. So this one actually has some exciting stuff. So first off, we'll start off with the big one. That's extensions in Microsoft Edge. So they introduced this build for PC and mobile, and it really upsets me the way they list the features because they just kind of go through the features. This is an Edge. This is an Edge, and they're talking about PC, but they don't mention it as if mobile's like not even there. And it's so clear that mobile is a second-class citizen. So first, we need to install extensions. Right, so we have to go to get extensions to get them. All right, and that's going to take us to our page here, and we're going to go to download extensions, and let's get all of them because hey, why not? Mouse gestures. See, I don't even really know what these extensions are supposed to do. So yeah, hopefully they'll just make my browsing life better. So it's installing it. So we also have pin tabs that we can look at. And since we want this download extensions page readily available, we can go to pin tab. And now that tab is going to be right over here. So whatever we do at other times, we can go to google.com and then we can always go back here. And that is going to stay there. In fact, if we close the browser here, thanks for your preview of extensions. So we have a little README here, which is interesting. We'll leave that there in case we need to come back to it. But if we go back, we see that we have our pinned tab. Now, this is something that Apple started doing with Mac OS, 10.11 they brought up in El Capitan, the latest one. And you would just drag a tab to the side. And yeah, it's pretty clearly the same thing, although I'm never against anybody copying. Okay, I see what we need to do here. We need to go into extensions again. Now go load extensions. Now we have to go in here, look up the one that we... okay. Let's go back to this README file. We're going to say load extensions, navigate to the folder, and I guess we're going to say select folder. All right, yeah, there we go. So let's load the other extension as well. And we're going to go to Microsoft Translate. And there we go. We got two of the extensions installed. Might as well do the other one because it's actually super easy to install this. I don't know if they sync yet. This is the only PC I'm using that's running this build. Although I'll be interested to see if it does sync. All right, we also have other Microsoft Edge improvements. What we can do is like we can copy this and then paste it into another address, and if we right click, we can paste and go, and it's going to take us right there. It's not a huge deal. I mean, obviously it's one step away from paste and then pressing enter, but hey, little cool stuff like that is what makes technology a little easier to use, right? So let's load that last extension and just get it in there. And finally, we have mouse gestures. Okay, and that's it. Yeah. So we got the three extensions installed. I guess the best thing to do would be to try out a foreign site to test out the translator extension, right? Okay, so we've got Amazon France here. I literally just took a website and put .fr at the end of it. Some of it's in French, some of it's in English. That's okay. We can see the icon up here for the Microsoft Translate. We also have over here, this is the mouse gestures icon. That's where we're going to see other extensions. If we go to Reddit, maybe we'll see the Reddit extension up here. Or, then we get the Reddit extension suite. Pretty cool. Yeah, so that's Edge extensions, but now it's time to move on because there is other stuff in this build. In fact, there's quite a bit, although Edge extensions is obviously the highlight of the show. So next up is Maps. Okay, so Maps has a few new features. So I went through this before. One tap access to search in directions from anywhere, even on your phone. This is great, especially for one-handed use. That's mainly for phone, but stuff like that. You can view multiple searches and directions at the same time on the same map as they're layered on top of each other, and you can use tabs or the map to switch between them. Okay, so here we go. We have one, right? And now here's the next one. You can minimize search results. Okay, so now I minimize that. That's still up there. I can search for something else now. I'm searching for different gas stations. Okay, so there's that. Minimize that. Search for something else. So you can search for multiple things, and I really like these new improvements. It makes for a great maps app. You can see labels for your search results directly on the map, which, as you can see, H&H, Corona Gas, BP. Great stuff. Cortana will give you turn-by-turn directions if Cortana is enabled. We have improved the logic for nearby searches, so you should see better, closer results. I haven't found that to be the case because I'm actually in Bohemia and it's showing me something that's in Elmhurst that's probably about 50 miles away. So it's not showing me anything more local. That's probably more something for phone. Probably something if I type for a gas station, it's going to give me something more local. Or maybe it won't. Yeah, there you go. Oh, no, maybe not. Brooklyn. So it's not working out that way. Canada, California, Indiana. Okay, so I don't know what they mean here. If anybody knows that, if I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, feel free to comment and let me know exactly what I'm doing wrong. We have added the ability to search for your favorite city in 3D cities. So yeah, now we can search for 3D cities here. That's new. That's great because previously you literally did have to scroll through all these to find a city, and you didn't even know if you were going to find it because it's just a list. There's no way to know if it's there. So now you can go New York, and there you go. You can take a look at 3D New York, which is great. It's fantastic. And really, by the way, these maps improvements couldn't have come at a better time than the loss of Here. And if you don't know, Here has said that they're not supporting Windows Phone anymore, which is a huge loss to the platform. Anytime there's such a high-profile app like that leaves, it's a huge blow. And these improvements to Bing Maps or Windows Maps or whatever they're calling it now is really important and it's really fantastic. You can now access your favorites offline and add notes to them. All right, and we have updated the turn-by-turn design to improve glanceability and landscape layout. That's something that we'll take more of a look at when we cover the mobile build, because they did release a mobile build as well today. There's no sense in talking about turn-by-turn on a PC. Nobody, I don't know, I literally, if somebody actually does use turn-by-turn on a PC, let me know, because, I want to send you a penny. That's right. Also, updated alarms and clock app. We have pushed out an update to the alarm and clock app. A new inline time picker. Now, the screenshot that they show is for mobile. It should be a universal app, so it should. It should. All right. So yeah, it's this new scrolling look here. Yeah. So it should look the same, and it does. It really bothered me though that they put these release notes out there. Like there's no extensions available, or there's no menu that shows the extensions on mobile. So there's no extensions on mobile just yet, and it's bothersome that they didn't say this is for PCs. Okay, so there's also some Japanese stuff. Japanese one-handed kana touch keyboard. Sorry, I can't demo that. I don't use Japanese stuff, and I wouldn't even know how to get into it. If you're Japanese, you're better off going to a Japanese YouTuber for this one. Finally, introducing Feedback Hub. Last build, they had announced that they were going to combine Insider Hub with Windows Feedback to make Feedback Hub. Okay, so this is the new hub. There's nothing really fantastically exciting about it. If you were a huge fan of the Windows Feedback app or the Insider Hub, this is big for you. My guess is that the reason that they did this is they want more people to give them feedback, and I know a lot of people visited the Insider Hub. So now they got you going to the Insider Hub, and they're forcing you to go to the Feedback Hub as well. That sounded kind of harsh, the tone in which I said they're forcing you, but like, it's a good thing that they're doing that. So there are some known issues with the Feedback Hub itself. We have a bug where the Feedback Hub will crash right after submitting feedback if you launch Feedback Hub using the hardware shortcuts for opening the app. Volume plus power down on mobile, Windows key, shift, and question mark on PC. Don't worry, you're fixing this in the next flight. Your feedback is successfully submitted. The funny thing about that is if they didn't tell you the keyboard shortcuts for this, you wouldn't have had the problem. Unless I really don't know. This could have been the same shortcut for Insider Hub or something, or Windows Feedback. If you have previously pinned the Windows Feedback app to start, you will notice it remains as a dead tile. We are fixing this in future builds. You can unpin and repin the new Feedback Hub app to start. That totally makes sense. You can't combine two apps into one, so the tile gets left behind. No big deal. Just unpin it. That is the most minor known issue that I've probably ever seen. So not a big deal. We have removed the screenshot capture feature and instead allow you to upload screenshots via the upload screenshot button. Hint, use volume and power up on mobile to take a screenshot, and on PC, use Windows key and print screen. Now, if you're on a Surface Pro 2, or Surface Pro 3 without Surface Pro 4 keyboard, you might have trouble hitting that print screen button. So good luck. So anyway, fix the known issues. What's fixed on PC? The issue causing the notification area to look out of alignment when turning on the always show all icons in the notification area should now be fixed. This is something that I've actually demoed on the last two builds, and I'm so curious to see that it's actually fixed. Right, and wow, look at that! It actually looks normal down there. Fantastic! They actually did fix it. It was something I actually went through great trouble to find that setting to demo it, and it broke both times. So good to see they fix it. We fixed an issue where connectivity to older Wi-Fi networks using the WEP encryption security method may be broken. We fixed an issue where the X to close the find of page toolbar in Microsoft Edge is displayed off-screen on 8-inch devices in portrait mode. We fixed an issue where the USB icon in the notification area is reverting to the old icon when ejecting drives. Now that's interesting. The USB icon reverts to an old icon. It's nice to know that they keep these old icons around somewhere on the system. We fixed an issue where clicking the suggested search in Microsoft Edge resulted in a URL to the search as the search string. All right, so known issues for PC. We continue to investigate an issue in which some Surface Pro 3, Surface Pro 4, and Surface Book devices experience a freeze or hang in all inputs such as keyboard, trackpad, and touch do not work. The workaround is to hold down the power button and force the device to hard reboot. Next, your PC may freeze when plugging in an Xbox One or Xbox 360 controller and other game pads in this build. I don't have my Xbox One with me, otherwise I would test it. If you use Hyper-V and have a virtual switch configured for your network adapter, you may see an error indicator, red colored X for your network adapter in the notification area of your taskbar. The error indicator is incorrect and your network adapter should continue to work just fine. I actually had this issue when I first turned on the PC. Down here where you see the Wi-Fi icon, it would show the network adapter icon, the wired internet icon, and there was an X over, and it was weird because I don't have any kind of Ethernet cable plugged into it. I mean, it's the Surface Pro. There is no Ethernet port. So now that I've seen the known issue, I know it. We are seeing reports of some apps such as QQ crashing. We are currently investigating this bug may also impact older apps such as Windows Live Mail and Expression Encoder 4. This is something we've seen in the last two builds prior to this one. I remember 2 builds ago I said, who uses Windows Live Mail anymore? And by the way, when I say Windows Live Mail, because I know I'm going to get responses that I use a Live Mail email address. That's not what I mean. I don't mean the service. I mean the actual application. I would think everybody by now uses the stock Mail app in Windows 10 or even Windows 8.1. Finally, if you have Kaspersky Antivirus Internet Security or the Kaspersky Total Security Suite installed on your PC, there is a known driver bug that prevents these programs from working as expected in builds from the development branch. We are partnering with Kaspersky to fix this issue for a future release, but at this time there are no known workarounds. While this issue is present, we recommend using Windows Defender or another third-party antivirus product of your choice to remain protected. So this has also been an issue for a few builds now. So since it's been, when you see these things that happen for a few builds in a row, you kind of have to wonder if it's going to get fixed soon. So if you've been living with that problem for a while, you might want to think about using one of their recommended workarounds. Anyway, guys, that's it. It's pretty cool build. Lots of cool new stuff. I really thought they would wait till build to talk about this stuff because that's usually where they would talk about what's next for the platform. So if they're letting stuff like extensions go before a developer conference, that to me means that they must have a lot to talk about. So I'm excited. Build is in 12 days. Anyway, guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin. Have a great night.